In this video, we're looking at the brand new Insta360 Ace Pro 2, what's new on this, and how it compares to the DJI Action 5 Pro and the GoPro Hero 13. Let's get into it. So last year we saw the Insta360 Ace Pro camera, and this had some really good features, like it had a flip out screen which was completely unique in an action camera, 8K sensor and fantastic low light quality, so much so that it actually beat the DJI Action 4 and the GoPro in pretty much every way. So it's great to see that Insta360 continue to innovate with the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 now. So let's discuss what is actually new on this camera, the new features on here, and how it's different to the original Insta360 Ace Pro. Now firstly, it still has the flip up screen, which I think is one of the best features on here. Being able to clearly see yourself, especially when vlogging on this really large 2.5 inch screen, is a huge advantage. It's also brighter than before as well, but especially when you're actually filming, you can see on the actual back screen or yourself when you're vlogging. This is a big deal. Now on the DJI Action 5 Pro, this also has a front touchscreen as well, and that is great. But the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 screen is pretty much like double the size. So especially for vlogging, having a flip up screen, it's like having a vlog camera. The screen on the top, this is a huge advantage. But the biggest draw for sure is the camera on these Ace Pro cameras. So in the second version, we have a 1/1.3 inch sensor, can film it up to 8K 30, 13.5 stops of dynamic range. It's an f2.6 with a 13mm focal length for this really wide angle view. Now last year, the Ace Pro, this did suffer from close focusing distance, but this year now in the Ace Pro 2, the close focusing distance has been completely changed. So for vlogging now, it is much better with no issues with any close focusing subjects. And talking of vlogging, I would say the Ace Pro 2 is more like a vlog camera. You've got all the benefits of the fantastic camera, you've got the flip up screen. So on an action camera, it's normally just a camera that you take to use in action sports, but the video quality isn't normally fantastic and it's normally pretty hard to see yourself. And it's a kind of a case of you just mount this, press record, and it actually records everything in an action environment. Whereas in the Ace Pro 2, you can still use this, you can get this wet, take this underwater, but then you can also just flip up that screen and use this as a vlog camera as well because of this camera quality. So if we look now at some of the comparisons between the Ace Pro 2 and the most popular action camera, most people when they think of an action camera, they think of GoPro. So the brand new GoPro Hero 13 against the Ace Pro 2 in these comparison shots. The GoPro is being filmed in 5K 30, I've got the sharpness turned right down, and on the Ace Pro 2 we're filming in 8K 30 with reduced sharpness. Now neither of these action cameras look bad, it's 2024, they're all going to be great, but I think the GoPro, it still certainly looks way too over sharp, and this is with the lowest sharpness setting. You can see the difference between the two in the dynamic range for sure. On the Ace Pro 2, the highlights and shadows are much better, the natural colours, it completely blows that GoPro away. And if you're going to be using either of these for vlogging, you can see how again it over sharpens your face as well on the GoPro. I look literally 10 years older, so a lot more natural colours and video coming from the Ace Pro 2. Now image quality has also been improved. On the Ace Pro, this had one AI chip in it. On the Ace Pro 2, we now have what's called a dual AI chip. So this has the original AI chip, but also a pro imaging chip as well. This means that tasks or things you ask it to do are divided by both chips, which makes it a lot more efficient and also faster as well. But it's also going to help massively in relation to low light video. Now it was already fantastic on the Ace Pro, now it's even better because of this new pro imaging chip. It's going to automatically apply noise reduction software. So looking at these, can you tell a difference with these side-by-side shots in low light environments? What about now? Well, clearly if we look at all three of these, I would say one of them stands out as the worst. There's lots of noise and there's also a lot of shake in that video as well. And that is the GoPro Hero 13. This really does not have great low light performance. So I would say the GoPro is more for daytime use. At nighttime, it's not great. Now on the Action 5 Pro, this is really good in low light with that super night video mode. It's great. But looking at the Action 5 Pro against the Ace Pro 2, I certainly can see a difference. I think the Ace Pro 2 with this noise reduction software add-in as well, it certainly handles these shots better. You can see a difference in that shake. So you don't just want to be static all the time and actually filming just like this. You might want to be moving. So the shake and distortion is a much less on the Ace Pro 2. And in relation to filming yourself at night, I think again the Ace Pro 2 handles the skin tones much better than the Action 5 Pro. And that's not to say any of these are bad, they're all fantastic. I would say the GoPro's not great at low light, but in the daytime they're all great, aren't they? But if you're wanting something where you can just actually get great video quality in the daytime and the nighttime, I'd say this is now top of the pack for sure. But video quality is going to be great because the actual lens on here, this is being co-engineered with Leica. Now we all know Leica are like the creme de la creme, they make the finest and the most expensive cameras that you can get. So having them involved, it's always going to be an advantage, isn't it? And the Ace Pro 2 also has some Leica color profiles. You can go into the menus and you can choose from these different color profiles. But it also has a new flat color profile as well called iLog. So this is a completely flat color profile, similar to D-Log M on the DJI action cameras. This is going to protect the highlights and shadows, and then you can then color grade this afterwards and get the very best details and have your own creative style on your video as well. Now what I really do like about action cameras is they give you this really wide angle view. It's fantastic, especially for action sports. Now the field of view on here has also been upgraded from 151, but it also now has mega view as well. We saw this on the Insta360 Go 3S. It's now on here, and this gives you this fantastic, really wide angle shot, but also less distortion and much cleaner edges. Now it has a magnetic mounting system from before. This is fantastic for mounting to different mounts, different tripods. So you can easily just attach this straight onto the bottom here, and you can then open that up and you've got a vlog setup, or you could take this off and then mount this to maybe a suction cup on the side of your car. So it's super easy to get different shots and different angles, be as creative as you want. And stabilization is also fantastic, not just for like walking or running, but here on this dirt track road, it was super bumpy. I've got this mounted to a suction cup on the side of the car. I'm not going slow and it just looks really smooth. So stabilization on here is great. Now an area where this has greatly been improved is relating to audio quality. So on the front of the camera here, you've got this new clip and this just comes straight off. But this is a wind reduction guard. So all the wind noise going into that microphone, this is going to heavily reduce it. It's just like on a vlog camera having this like wind guard on the top of it, you've now got one on the front of your action camera, which will reduce the wind noise going into the Ace Pro 2. Okay, so both of these cameras have wind noise reduction. The Insta360 Ace Pro 2 does now have a wind cover on the front of it. So it is extremely windy in this area. So what does the audio sound like from the GoPro Hero 13 to the Ace Pro 2? Is there a difference in the audio quality? Does that wind cover make a difference? What do you think? But you can also connect this up to external microphones as well. So you can connect it up to like the Rode Wireless Pro, the Hollyland, the DJI mic system. But if you want to just use this for just vlogging with no external mics, it's more than capable. Now the camera is waterproof down to 12 meters, but if you want to go diving with this, you can get a dive case for it, which is going to allow you to go down to 60 meters. And also on the front of it, the lens guard, this just comes off. So you can just turn this, it just twists off. And then if you have any like cracks or you get any damage to the hair, it's not going to affect the camera itself. You can just replace this really easily. Just get a new one, twist that back on, and you're good to go. Now battery life has been improved. This now has a 1800 milliamp battery. It's going to give you 180 minutes of battery life. And if you're going to be charging this on the go, it also has fast charge, so you can get 80% battery life in just 22 minutes. And the version I got was the dual battery bundle. So you're going to get 2 of these batteries in the kit. So that's great to see. So when you're out filming, 2 batteries are going to be more than enough. And then you can just do that fast charging as well. I'll put the prices on the screen for the different versions in dollars, UK and euro as well. And it's great also that when I've been filming this, even in like really hot conditions, it's never overheated. I've not have any overheating warning messages. I have been filming it in 8K 30 like majority of that time, but most of the time I'm filming it's like short bursts. If I'm going to be actually filming for longer periods of time, I'll use the 4K, maybe 4K 60, 4K 120, but it's never overheated. Now this also has a ton of features, like you've got time shift mode, free frame video, you've got the pure video mode for nighttime filming. It has so many features built into here, but if you're just going to be using this for like action sports, filming, photos and videos, it's great. Now the Insta360 app is also fantastic, so you can do all the video editing directly on here. It's got AI editing mode, which means if you've been out filming, you've got several clips on here, you can just load them onto the app and you can just select which clips you want, and it will automatically edit all of that for you and creates you a video montage. You've also got things like AI warp, so you can select one of your videos and it's going to give you these like different AI creative effects to use, so you can get some like really bizarre effects on the screen. Or you could simply just get your memory card, take this out and put it into your computer to edit it as well. So you can either edit all your footage directly on the app, which is like super easy now in my like preferred method, or just do the traditional way on your computer. So I do think we've reached a point now where all these action cameras are great. It's 2024, none of these are bad. But the Ace Pro 2, I can film in 8K, so I'm getting the very best in terms of quality out of the other two action cameras. That means I can crop in afterwards if I wanted to. I've also got really good audio now as well from this camera. And it used to be that action cameras were something you would take if you didn't want to risk your main camera or your phone, but you knew that the quality wasn't going to be great because it was just an action camera. Whereas now the quality on an action camera, it's really good, 8K quality, but also we're getting really good audio, and also the low light has got so much better now. And last year on the Ace Pro, that was like the best in terms of low light out of all the action cameras, and now it's got even better. The lens is co-engineered with Leica. It's literally like an all-in-one. So if you want to go and check this camera out, I'm going to link it at the top of the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any more questions, let me know in the comments down below. I'll try and feed back to you. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.